Good morning. You know, you just never know where you're going to wake up. This morning, I woke up in New York City. And I'm not used to waking up early. I have on the same clothes. We flew in from Greece yesterday. I'm sitting out here. You see my feet? Barefooted. So I think people are like, she looks tan and blonde and she's barefooted. I had to get out of the Hilton lobby. We're staying in the world's largest hotel right there because American canceled our flight because of, weather. Oh, yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah. So we were supposed to fly home last night. I know. It's called not real problems. Your flight got canceled. So anyway, we ended up in New York. We get into New York and we're supposed to fly to Raleigh, and they're like, well, your flight was canceled, so now you're going to fly out of another airport. If you're in an airport and you've been on a plane for 11 hours and you're with your parents and you're supposed to get to another airport with 11 bags, I would just like to point out that that's a little bit of a cluster, you know what? I mean, look at this. People are running. People exercise in New York. I thought they just walked around with like business suits on and tennis shoes. Marlo, we're just here till lunchtime. We're getting ready to go to the Stage Deli. It was really horrible here yesterday. Well, I know the weather was bad. La 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 la. I know this. I'll be glad we didn't know. So we ended up having to stay in the city because everything near the airport was full. And then we got here, though. This is sort of cool at Hilton. And we got 2 rooms, which were ridiculous enough. They were like $300 each. And she was like, it was like you were back in, Montenegro. She was like, but I'll give you the penthouse suite. I'm like, that's awesome. She's going to give us the penthouse suite. How's your call? It's good enough. So she says, I'll give you the penthouse suite. So we said, okay, great. For $1,000. I was like, no, that's not a gift. You can't say I'm going to give you a birthday present and charge you. Crazy. So then I had her talk down to $800 instead of 2 rooms. Well, she meant pay for the 2 rooms and then pay $800. I was like, no, we're not. Our children were like, yes. I was like, no. It's very interesting flying. Oh, look, pigeons. New York pigeons. I tell you what, people here are really committed to exercising. And we woke up at 6, which is like 1 in the afternoon in Greece. And I was like, wow, it's dark outside, but it's because all these darn buildings. I mean, here's more runners. So we got here and we were kind of foul, or I was a little bit foul, because I was like, I just want to get home. A little boy with autism, a husband we hadn't seen. But the airline didn't put you up. No, airline no put you up when it's weather. Poor Mary has to keep Amos all day. But you know what you can do when you get dealt something you don't want to do? You roll with it. So we got here last night. Blair and I went and walked around Midtown. Yes, we're staying in Midtown. We went to the M&M store. We went upstairs in the M&M store, which is not naturally something that I would enjoy doing, ever. But I was like, I'm here, and I think I've learned enough that I used to make a great big fuss when something happened that I didn't want to happen. And then at the end of it, it had happened. And then, hey. And then I think that fella just said, where are your shoes? And then at the end of it, I'm left with this, boy, that bad thing happened, or something happened that you didn't want to happen, and you sat there and had a big fuss. And so now when stuff happens that I don't like, I try to roll with it in the moment, okay? And just say, you know what? I'm in New York. I didn't want to be in New York. I can't do anything about it because nothing's going to change. So I'm going to embrace being here. So I was thinking, my children were so excited to see New York. Blair's been dying to come. I was like, this is great. Look at this guy. He looks so dapper. And this is great. Or not great, but this is good. Blair and I went and got a piece of Ray's pizza, you know, the best pizza in New York. She's found the bagel. Did you get a sesame one?
I did.
Where'd you get it?
Astro.
My friend from the hotel. Astro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on the corner.
Okay.
It's a deli.
Good.
Enjoy.
I mean, this is like a dream place for people from Ohio, like my parents. My mother would love New York. She could sit and talk to everyone on the planet. You didn't tell me you were coming. Krista Rizzo, I didn't know I was coming till I flew in yesterday, and they were like, oh, by the way, your flight leaves out of LaGuardia, not JFK. Okay, that is not like you're in Edenton, go to the Dairy Queen, not the Burger King. We had to go, we went outside. Basically, our family has resorted to hitchhiking in New York, so we don't get a taxi and we don't get an Uber. We just go stand on the sidewalk and talk to people with large Suburbans. And Junior, our friend Junior from Jamaica, which is in New York, Junior drove us around and charged quite a bit of money for it. But we were glad to get in Junior's car. So anyway, so last night we get a piece of Ray's pizza, and then we went to the M&M store. We looked for the naked people walking around Times Square. We did not see them, but maybe we didn't go far enough. We found Stage Deli, where I met Nipsey Russell when I was a little girl. So we're going to go there for breakfast with my parents, and then we're going to go to LaGuardia and sit there probably for a while and wait for our flight to be canceled again, and be reminded why I like to fly Delta, not American. Hi. I mean, New Yorkers are friendly. People saying they don't talk. Country girls. Country girls, Louis Vuitton slides are not her friend. Well, they're not really Louis Vuitton. They're more like Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton from Montenegro. They're $30. They real uncomfortable. Uber to Kat's Deli. We like Stage Deli. You think we need to go to Kat's? You know, there's a lot of people in this family. I need to buy some flip-flops, and I need to see how many calories I can consume before I go home and get on the scale. The airport was so nice. New York is nice. You know? I mean, I just said we should have planned to come to New York. Who's this guy? So interesting. And then last night they were selling all the fake pocketbooks on the street. Well, we bought so many fake pocketbooks. We bought so many fake pocketbooks on our trip that we didn't even want to look at them. And Blair goes, I mean, have you noticed this? No one knows we're a tourist. Blair wants to not look like a tourist. Never put your naked feetsies on New York City concrete. You mean like this? I did it!